Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and as you can see I've made a start on the base coating of the Angry Bee. There we go. So basically all Dark Angel green, which is that one, which is now Caliban green, I think. There's a few areas that I haven't bothered with because they're going to be covered by the wing pieces. Then I've done all the bits that are going to be metal, as you can see, with our usual tin bits, which I cannot remember what the new version is. There we go. And the little chappy inside is just base coated in scab red at the moment. There's a few pieces I still need to do, like the missiles on the front of the launchers. I'm going to leave the inside black. I start up around the edges there, which I haven't done yet. They're going to be red as well, I think. And the cockpit cover I've gone over with black. Still needs touching up a little bit because you can see where I've missed places, and then that will be I'll go over that again with green. Little control panel for the inside of the cockpit, it's been done just in the Caliban green and tin bits for the time being. As has the Aquila and the what do you call it, the targeting system. I'm going to go over to that with black again because I don't like it all being that colour, so I'm going to go over with some of it in the black. I think that's it. So on the gun parts, it's still movable. You can see they're all green. I'm going over the tread, the bottom, and the stylised Aquila there in the tin bits. So as you can see, it's coming on. What I'm going to do now is put some of these to one side. And get out some more paint and go over some of the metal parts, and I can go over the green with the carbon green, and then once that's been done it can all be washed. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so I'm back, and what I'm going to be doing is going over with Iron Breaker. So it's just a case of open it up, get a small amount on the brush, try and get the lid to stand up. Small amount on the brush, and then get the engine things here and just dry brush straight. Straight down it, which will still give you the the look of the old, not the old, I'll give you a look of the tin bits underneath, as you can see, and the same there as well. I'm going to dry brush over this, or over parts of this, with black, afterwards to show where it's been burnt. I'm also going to do the same in this grilled area here, and the same again on this area. We just need some more paint. Oops. Excuse me, I couldn't grab hold of that then. So, as I say, it's just a case of a small amount of the iron breaker on the brush, and then away you go with it. I'll do more on those parts as well. I'm using slightly different paint colours to how Games Workshop would do the Salamanders. Usually the Salamanders are a slightly darker green. I prefer to go for a paler green, because I think it shows off the skin tone that they've got, or the a lot better than having the dark green. There we go. But there's the two engines done. Next we'll do these bits, and this again is just a quick dry brush with that, and same here. Again, you get any on the green. It's just the base coat, so don't really stress out about it too much, because you can go over it again later on. And we'll go over this part as well, not because it's metal, but because we want a slightly metallic finish to it, but we are going to be going over different colours. The next one we'll do the antennae things at the back here. We are going to be going over all this with a wash. There we are. I'll do that part as well. I'll also do the steps leading up, or the little laddery things. Okay, next I'm just doing bits that's I may alter this as time goes on, depending on how it looks when I get near to the end of it. I may put some more black on parts of this, especially that part there. This part here I may do black instead of metallic colour, but we'll see how it goes, see how it looks when it's when it's near enough finished. There's always room to change your mind. Again, this I'm going to be dry brushing over parts in black to show it's very hot air and whatever that's discolored the heat from the engines, discolouring the metal. There we are. And finally, all this part at the back can be done. I hope you agree. I think that looks a lot better now. There we are. I'm also going to go over that part there. Oops. Don't know why I did that then, because it's not going to be metal. I'll do that. That. On this part. And that part can only be done in metal. There we go, and that's all the metal parts done. So far, anyway. As I said, there's some parts that I've accidentally gone over with that silvery colour, the iron breaker, but like I say, not to worry about. I'm not stressing out over it, because I can always go over again with this next colour that I'm using, which is the Goblin Green, which I've used for all the other okay, on the other Salamanders that I've had. Okay, so now it's as I go over with the Goblin Green over all the bits of the Dark Angel Green or the Caliban Green. Leave a little bit of the darker green showing in some parts. I don't like it really looking as though it's all one colour. I know people are saying, oh, you have to do it this way. You don't have to do it that way at all. Do it the way you like it. You know, some people say, no, you've not covered that properly. That's wrong, this is wrong, the other's wrong. Might be the wrong way they're doing the way they do theirs, but what you have to bear in mind is this is my model. Oops. I am going to be differentiating between the top and the bottom. I'm just making sure that there's all the areas that I need to have got the Goblin Green on it. As I say, there will be areas where there will be a better coverage than others. So like on the top areas I will get more of the Goblin Green showing, or better coverage shall we say, so it looks a lot neater than the underneath side, which will be more in shadow. So I don't particularly want to have spot on coverage on that part. I want the tops to be brighter than the bottoms, if you get me drift. I'll show you what I mean as we go on with the model. I'm just going to do this engine to show you exactly what I mean. But as you can see, I'm not getting brilliant coverage. I'm not painting a door, I'm painting a vehicle that's been used to fly through atmosphere and all sorts of weather, so the paint's uneven, it's chipped off, it's bashed, it's worn. There's going to be more and more scratches and things on this before we get to the end of it, so I'm not, as I said, looking towards having it perfectly painted. I do not want it looking as though it's come straight out of the workshops and the showroom. There we are. Now then, I just have to find out that is the top. Okay. So now that that's on and dried, what I'm going to do now is go over the top and try to get it a much better coverage for the most part. I'm still not saying perfect coverage, because I do not, as I say, I do not want that, but I want it a lot brighter, as I said, on the top than do on the bottom. So I want it looking that much better along the top. And I will be going over this with a wash. So there we go. As I said, that will do for the bottom. Because that will be the bit that's in shadow. That will do for the top. And let's do the other wing. I think this gives a much better, much more worn effect than trying to get proper coverage and then trying to make it look worn afterwards. It is a way of doing it, it's not the only way. So I just show you a way. I go for the easy, I try and do the easy way of doing things. I don't like the idea of making everything so complicated and all high tech and technical. I think it can frighten some people off. I want to make it look as though you don't have to have a degree in art to be able to paint these models, or try and encourage people who have never done it before to take up the brushes and paint the figures, because let's face it, if your game's got figures, they deserve to be painted. I hope you'll agree. Let's just shape this. Just to get some more paint in the lid. And unfortunately I've got it up the frill now, which is not what I wanted. But I'm not doing any fine detail work with this brush, so if it splays out, I don't know, I've got a very cavalier attitude towards my brushes, but if you look after them they'll last you ages. But I don't know, with my airbrushes I seem to be able to do it, with these I can't. I don't know why. Okay, and now let's do these before I go. I'll do this last one and then I'll stop and get the rest of it done in the green and come back when I've finished it all. There's not much of this that's going to be done in the green because a lot of it's going to be hidden, but the bits that are, I'm going to paint. So I'm going to go over all this again. I can go over again with the silver afterwards, and the tin bits. Just going to dry brush that. Inside is a different matter, however, because that's not exposed to the elements, so you want a decent coverage on this area. And this area. And same again on this side. Oops, I was going over his leg. Never mind, going to have to go over some areas again with paint just to touch up where I've got on, because it's not what you'd call a delicate process, this part. We're not being detailed, as you can see. We're just getting paint onto the model. Like I said, this is not the only way of achieving the effect that I'm going for, but it's a way. This part of the job, it's just a case of slamming the paint on, so I'll show you what I'm doing and then you'll see the difference when it comes down to the end result. And now I'm going to put the goblin green round the edges here and the inside. Parts of that in there are going to be black, so obviously it's going to have to be touched up a bit later on. And before I go any further, I would like to say hello and welcome to all of my 171 subscribers. Never thought I'd get that much. I've been doing these videos now for 11 months and I'm enjoying doing them, and I'm hoping I can carry on doing them. Oh, there's that top of the box, the cockpit. I'll do this bit first before I go. There's less and less paint in this lid, which is okay because I don't want a great deal of paint on the brush. Yeah, so I've been doing these videos for 11 months now, and I'm hoping I can carry on doing them. I rely on feedback from you to find out what you'd like to see. And whether you like the videos, whether you'd prefer to see something different rather than these painting videos or the gameplay videos. If you'd like to see more of me painting wall hanging art, i.e. canvas paper, painted on canvas or on paper, as opposed to painting these models. I still have my Master of the Chapters to do. Earlier today I I undercoated one lot of zombies out of my Last Night on Earth box, the base game, so they'll be getting ready to start painting those shortly. Again, we've got another video for our Games Night series to post up, and more to shoot. Hoping to get hoping to get some done Tuesday night, as you know, Anita MacLeod, who has joined us for the last 2 games nights, she's invited us round to do one of hers, so I'll take my camera, because we're going to have a practice session with Invasion from Outer Space before we actually do the gameplay on that, because we're still not sure as yet for all the rules of that one. But fingers crossed we can get that all sorted out, and whilst we're up and running with that, we can get the video done. So there we are. This is what we've got done so far. As we said, there's going to be and what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the camera now. So there we are, we've painted quite a bit of it so far. There's stone bits that need doing, but as yet it's looking quite impressive. I hope you'll agree. The stone designs I need to put on it. I may yet go over some of these areas with black and do designs on them. I don't know as yet, but we'll see how things go. But yeah, as I was saying, we're having a practice run on Tuesday evening with Last Night on Earth, Invasion from Outer Space. It's slightly different rules to Last Night on Earth, even though it's basically the same game but with aliens instead of zombies. So we've got practice session of that. That's going to be, hopefully we can get it sussed out properly, and we're ready for playing in a couple of weeks. We have another video from our last games night session to post up. We only managed 2 games that night on camera, and then I'd like to do some more wall hanging art. I would like to do some more gameplay videos. I would like to do I've still got my Masters of the Chapter figures to do for this, but I would also like to find out what you want as well. I don't want to be just doing stuff, so just let me know if you've got any ideas that you think would be good for the channel. Let me know. Just bear in mind, this isn't just my channel, you're the ones who are watching, so I'd like to do something that you want to watch rather than what I feel that I could be bothered doing. You know, that's the way it goes. There you are. So that's all from me for tonight, and so when I come back, that part will look like the rest of these and tie in. Okay, so until next time, take care, God bless, and bye for now.